to Chit Chat. I'm Ashley.
I'm Kaylee.
Alana.
Greg.
Today we're going to be talking about Fallfest.
Fallfest!
Woohoo! And we're having LMFAO and Far East Movement. So what do you guys think about our choices for Fallfest this year?
I am in favor.
I'm
like
excited.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I feel like it's really different than the ones that we've been having in the past. Like, we had like Girl Talk and like Third Eye Blind. I feel like
Real Big Fish.
Is our Girl Talk and Real Big Fish like popular? Because I didn't go to that because
I didn't go to that either.
And Third Eye Blind's mad, like
I've
outdated.
never heard of Girls Talking Big Fish.
I think Real Big Fish is relatively popular. It's like a ska
Yeah.
band. But I think it's interesting that
I never
LMFAO
heard
is
of
like I'd say LMFAO is pretty popular at the moment. So I think
They are. They're
that
huge
that was
right
an
now.
interesting choice.
It's
I
definitely-
also feel that when Sam comes, we're gonna have the same exact conversation. But
Possibly.
we could probably.
But it's going to be more about preparing the Fallfest concert.
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, I was going to comment on how it's like diverging from the norm. So usually Fallfest was like, oh, you know, alternative bands, yay, awesome. And now it's like, oh my god, LMFAO, sweet, like super cool.
Yeah, I feel like they're really trying to...
Make up for Fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, freaking Flow Rider, like, ew. Terrible.
Yeah, he was really... He didn't even sing half the time. He would sing,
know.
like, a line, and then he'd stop and just dance around for a while and, like, pull girls up on stage.
Like,
and then
rip
he'd
off
sing,
his
like...
shirt and, like,
and then he'd sing,
hello.
like, another
Yeah.
line, and then
Huh?
for Fountain Day,
Oh.
our freshman year.
I wish I had a Fountain Day, but
It was freaking
I had
awesome,
no
but
fun
honestly,
either.
I would have enjoyed it more if I was listening to not Flow Rider. I would have probably rather listened to nothing.
I mean, I think the big part of Fountain Day isn't the concert, though. It was, like, the step stuff was really cool. And, like,
What
when they
step
actually turned on the fountain, the stuff they did before the concert, how they had, like, all the multicultural frats do that, like, step dancing.
They always do
I
that.
don't
I'm so
know.
over
yeah.
them.
Well, Kaylee, didn't you say that, like, you commented on something about Fountain Day, and I completely forgot, so now I'm gonna continue my conversation about LMFAO.
I said something about Fountain Day.
Yeah, what did you say?
They were trying to make up for it.
No, it was like...
Oh, they're trying to like replace
May-
Fountain Day with Fallfest?
It'll come to me later.
That's exactly what she said in different words.
Chit Chat's getting redundant.
No, but I think the big appeal of Fountain Day was just the fact that the whole school comes together and
That's
they
what
turn
I
the
said.
fountain on.
That's what I was
They
referring
turn
to.
the fountain on, and everybody is like in this big group, and you're just all kind of going nuts and
It was
splashing around
unity.
in the water.
You were talking about unity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a giant campus block party, and I loved it. And I was like, I love this campus, and I
Was
love
it like
everybody
a
here.
full day?
Yeah.
Really?
I woke up earlier than I did for class to go downtown and have orange juice and come back. and it was so great.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that morning, like, waking up early, hanging
though
out
it
with all
was
my friends.
freezing out.
Yeah, it was so cold out. I was soaking wet, and it was like 50 degrees out, and I came back to my room and just bundled up under my covers. I couldn't.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, waking up, and we were in that huge line, and it was just really exciting, because...
Oh, yeah. And then Skip and Ashley came around, I
Oh,
remember.
yeah. Ashley was walking around in bikini, so she
Yeah.
must have been freezing.
I
remember
remember
nothing.
I remember receiving an email last year saying that they were going to cancel Fountain Day because of the events that happened on March something? 12th? 17th?
Oh, the
Kegs
kegs
and
and
Yeah,
eggs
also known
and-
as Kegs and Eggs, and you know, all of my freshman class.
All the great stuff that happened with that.
Yeah, I mean, at least
were
I
on
was
the
there
team,
for the
we did a
last
report,
Kegs and
man.
Eggs.
We did a Chit Chat report.
Oh, sweet.
Cops
We
were
should've
shooting
aired that.
people. Yeah.
We should have aired that shit.
It was crazy. And it was so stupid though, because downtown is right by all of these other school campuses.
Exactly.
So
And I know people were visiting that weekend.
I met at least two people from Cornell, one person from like Ithaca. There was a bunch of
my
people
friends
that
are
weren't
out.
from school.
Exactly. I
They
feel like
said, they said the cops literally, they just,
Assumed.
well, they took the videos from YouTube that everyone posted and then just knocked on people's doors and arrested them.
yeah,
Like, it was that
Yeah.
yeah.
easy. Like, people were just,
They had pictures up. They had a website with people's faces.
I know.
Some of them.
I know people were like hiding.
I knew
I heard about people who were hiding.
too.
Well, anyway, back to
Fountain
Fountain
was
Day.
really bad.
Oh, wait. No, that's not the point. Fallfest.
Fallfest.
Right, back to the topic
Well,
at hand.
Yeah, I mean, Fallfest is great. It's I'm excited for LMFAO to come, but like I've never been a huge fan of them anyway.
And they're fun though. They're fun.
They are.
It'll be a fun time.
I don't feel like
This-
it's all a matter of like
I'm sexy
liking
and
them.
I know it.
Wait, Dancing in the
And
Dark.
shots.
Who's that?
I think that's also.
That's not them, I don't think.
Just kidding, it's not them.
But Far East Movement.
Far East
isn't that
Movement
them?
sings like a G6.
Like-
That
a
song
G6.
annoys
So
me.
yeah, that is the other ones.
Yeah.
They're both coming here.
Yep, they're
Yeah.
both coming.
And it's gonna be.
What is that other song that they do? Oh, how does it go? It's like. Oh, I can't say it
LMFAO
on
or
camera.
Far East Movement?
LMFAO.
The I'm
That's
in
all
Miami
I-
trick, is that one? Is
It's
that the one
like,
you're talking
I'm a
about?
human, not a sandwich. I am not a whore, it's called.
Oh, that one.
That one's great.
Whatever. I feel like it's gonna be a good time though, because like they seem like they hype it up. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
hype the crowd up,
Yeah.
and it's not even about the
It's
It's
music.
gonna
be
be
kind
mad
of-
packed though.
It's honestly, I feel like it's gonna be like all the other concerts we've had up here though,
I guess.
because it's that same like sound. It's that like electronic,
Yeah.
you know, like techno, like
I mean, but I
Well,
feel like
that's
that's
the
it's
in.
style
fun.
now.
It's fun. It's just like the same stuff we've been getting over and over again.
But now it's
My
$10.
phone just made a noise.
Yeah, true.
Did you hear it?
No, I didn't hear it. Thank goodness.
Oh, we're supposed to be professional.
Well, who would you guys want to come next year if we got to choose?
I feel like if Drake came to school,
Everyone would be there.
Well,
it would be insane.
I feel like it's
Drake
kind of
came to
impossible.
Binghamton and he was.
Oh,
Drake-
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard he was.
I heard he was good.
It's impossible to tell what's going to be popular next year, I feel
Yeah,
like.
true.
But I would like to see a Rihanna concert.
Rihanna.
Or David Guetta, I'm becoming obsessed with him
That
because
would
he's
be
white
cool.
and he's so good. And
Yeah.
his beats are so
That's totally
awesome.
not where you were going with that.
No, it was. His beats make me want to go crazy. And he's a white guy. And he's like kind of old, which is strange.
So is like country big around here? What if we got like
Country.
T
Some-
Swift.
Taylor
Yeah.
Swift?
I don't.
I'd take Taylor Swift.
I don't
feel
know
like
how I feel
people
about that.
would be mad
No?
at that.
Yeah.
I think it would be like a
Yeah.
like a
Jason
big
Aldean.
question
Taylor
mark.
Swift is like
Is
split.
he the one that sings?
She.
Huh?
Taylor Swift.
No,
Who are you talking
Jason
about?
something.
Jason Aldean.
What's his thing that
No.
he sings?
Yeah, what does he say?
A few different things.
Like, what's that one song that I've seen his name on that's kind of popular? You don't know? All right.
Next year.
Well, that was awkward.
I mean, I'm trying to think of like other big bands that I would want to come up here. Like, what you said Rihanna, right?
Good
I would
Directions.
definitely like Rihanna. What's
That's
Good
a song.
Directions.
Good
I
Directions.
haven't
That
heard.
was.
Can
No,
you
he
sing
has
it?
like that
You have to
one
know.
song that's like.
Can you sing it for us though? See if we know it.
I love
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood, but I already saw her.
I if we could get Glee to come up here,
Oh God.
that
no.
would make my life.
I'm not sure. That would also be a big question mark. I feel like every most undergraduate would be like, oh, okay,
Because
Yeah,
that's
too
like
sparky
it's
for
kind of
me.
like for the younger crowd,
yeah.
and it's not like you don't want to like yeah Glee.
Like,
Well, we're not supposed to be doing that anyway.
what was
Well,
this?
next year then I'll be allowed.
I'm
to
not
in
familiar with
2021.
True.
Yeah, 3 months from.
What about? Do you guys listen to like alternative bands, like All Time Low? You
Never.
ever heard that?
I used
Yeah.
to back in like high school.
So basically,
Yeah.
I'm a 4-year-old.
Remember the last time we talked about music, and he was like, "I don't know the difference between that kid that drew on his hand." He was like,
What?
on the
Oh
show.
yeah.
He's like, I don't know
What's the difference between rock and like classic rock or something?
No, I said like alternative and like emo and punk rock. Or
Yeah,
kind
he
of
was
all
like,
the same.
he was like,
like,
how
I'm
I'm too old to
too
know
old
that.
to
And I'm
know
like,
that.
What?
I was Okay.
It was really
Awkward
weird.
Yeah,
Have you guys gone to like the other concerts that we've had up here?
Definitely went to Dead Mouse,
but that's not through the school.
but it was definitely in Albany.
No,
I'm pretty sure I
we've
was
had
in
a lot
Albany.
of like random concerts at Washington Armory this year. Like
Armory's
a
Yeah.
lot more than I
crazy.
remember.
Like every
I know
weekend.
Rick Ross is coming up here. I don't know if it's at the Armory, but
What
I
does
know.
he do?
Rick Ross?
Yeah.
Like you don't know who he is?
He's not that
No,
great.
I've heard
I
of
don't like
him, but
Oh,
what's like
Rick
the song?
Ross. John. That song, John. It's like with Lil Wayne and
There's definitely like one song that's really big with him that I just can't
and
think
and
of it right
and
now.
you know YMCMB, right? No. Okay. You know DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Khaled.
Okay, and then so there's I'm on One. That song I'm on. He's featured.
Like,
We're gonna listen to my iPod
Wait.
later. Okay.
No.
Well, yeah, Rick Ross. I don't know. I'm not a big fan, but a lot of people like him.
Stained is coming next weekend.
Sting.
Sting?
Sting?
Stained.
Oh, I thought you said Sting from like the
They
police.
said
No,
Sting
Sting.
too.
Oh, I would go to that.
That'd be really awesome.
That'd be pretty
I know
sweet.
my parents would want to come up and see that.
Yeah.
I would come up and see that.
I mean, I went to Dayglow. That was pretty fun.
I went to Dayglow too. That was insane.
I heard like I didn't really get that much paint on me. I got it in my eye,
I got
which really pissed
so
me
much
off.
paint on me.
I came back and my roommate was like, "You look clean."
No, I'll show you
I can't
pictures.
see
I
you
got
as
so
a
much
day
paint on me.
glower. Day glow goer.
What is Dayglow?
It was really
It's
fun.
a giant techno
It's a
paint
giant
party.
paint party. It's
And-
basically like Dead Mouse music, but
Dead Mouse.
what I call it Dead Mouse.
I get Dead Mouse 5.
But
for
with
that.
like people throwing paint at you the whole time.
And it got in my mouth.
doesn't sound
That's what she
appealing.
said. But yeah, no, it got in my mouth, and I was like, oh my god, this is so disgusting. So I'm like, I'm spitting, and
Yeah, because it's probably poisonous.
yeah,
and,
it burns.
Yeah.
Really?
So we will be right back with Sam Arpino, a programming assistant, who will tell us more about Fallfest.
Oh man, I'm so hungry.
I know, there's nothing to eat near, man.
Dude, I'm starving, bro.
There's nothing
Anywhere.
Oh man, what are we gonna do?
I know.
What?
Let's turn on dorm room dining on ATV.
What's dorm room dining?
Dorm room dining? It's this great show. They have all these recipes that you can make right in your own dorm. Let's go! Let's go watch it, come on!
Hi, and welcome back to Chit Chat. We have Sam Arpino, who's the associate director okay, for
program.
SA, and she's going to talk to us a little bit
programming.
more about Fallfest. So, what did you guys, were there any specific things you guys wanted to know
Okay,
about?
well, you said that you jumped in on the project after they were booked, but you don't know, do you have any like insight as to the process that they go about in picking like who they want?
Yeah, so specifically, like, we have this certain budget, right? And then we know what artists are up and coming or really, you know, hot right now to some degree, and then we look at, you know, who we can afford, who's realistically going to come here at that time. So if we know that they have, you know, something else already pre-booked, a concert or something like that, obviously we have to mark them off. Then it's process of elimination, come down to a few, and then we pretty much have our department vote on it.
Do you pick a day and then find a band, or do you kind of work around them?
No, we usually set the day first. Like, we try to have everything planned out for like the next year or two in terms of like around what time would make sense when it comes to like finals, midterms, you know, so we don't overlap with things.
Yeah.
And then from there we narrow it down to the bands. And that just makes more sense on our part too, because it just makes it easier to narrow people down then, because if we're always working around their schedules, then we're literally just
Right,
going to have like
yeah.
a list of names and dates, and it would be too much.
Because I was wondering why they put it on a Saturday, because I thought, like, last year's was on a Thursday. I thought that had to do with, like, limiting the craziness, but it's on Saturday, so.
Yeah, no, actually, I like it better on a Saturday. I think it makes a lot more sense.
And they're still having like a lot of people come, even though it's on a Saturday night.
We're having more people come, actually.
Really?
And
Than ever before?
Yeah, we're like almost completely sold out.
Wow.
And the way it works is we allot for like a certain amount of people, so we ballpark it. So the least we would have is like 1,000, and then capacity is 4,500. So we're pretty much just like, all right, well, where are we going to fit in? You know, do we think it's going to sell out? Do we think it's going to be about 2,000 people come? And then that's how we make our setup. So we know how much room we have to keep in SEFQ open. And with this, we allotted for capacity, and we're definitely going to reach capacity.
Well, you know what I think is really amazing? The fact that students got LMFAO here. And I know it was Dewan Walker,
Yes,
right?
my director.
Do you want to give us some insight into like how he did that?
Yeah, well, we call him Dewey in the office, so if I reference him as Dewey, don't be like, who's that? Because saying Dewan is just very formal and odd for me. Well, Dewey is he's an amazing guy overall. Like, he's the best boss I've ever had. I've had, like, 7 internships and jobs and things like that, and he's the best. He's literally, like...
I should get on that.
Yeah, you know, I'm graduating soon. I gotta do what I gotta do. But, yeah, he's awesome. So, he actually had some connections prior, which kind of helped out. And then it's just, he's a go-getter. So when we follow the same protocol every year to get these people, but the way he went about it was just so like, no, like we're getting good people this year, I don't care.
Aggressive.
Yeah, and then also, I don't know if anyone ever realized this, but the Fallfest is usually more rock, alternative.
Yeah, we
definitely commented on that.
Yeah, and then spring is usually like Park Fest or whatever that is usually more like hip hop and stuff like that. So we kept that approach, or he kept that approach rather, when he decided to do LMFAO for the fall, because even though some people may think it's kind of hip hop, that whole like party rock thing is still different. You know,
it's still like alternative type music.
Right,
But
not
it's
like
more
hip-hop
like
and R&B.
dancey, I feel like.
Yeah, it is more dancing, and that's why it's a different approach, but it's keeping with the same, like, it's still not the rap hip-hop that we're going to get in the spring.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's a good idea anyway because we're selling out. So
Yeah. Clearly it was a good
It was a great idea on his part.
I think it's interesting that you said that they go for bands that are kind of like popular at the time. But I know last year when they had Third Eye Blind, like that was kind of like, I loved it because I'm obsessed with them, but like that was so random, and I feel like a lot of people were like, what the hell is this?
well, we had J. Cole
In the spring.
in Park Fest, and he got really big
Is
recently.
that through SUNY Park Fest? That's not. Oh, is it?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I
It's a
thought it was
spring
just the
version.
town of Albany that did it, like Tulip Fest.
No. Park Fest is the Fall Fest in the spring.
Where is it?
This year it's going to be probably, actually,
You can't say.
I can't say. It might be in SEFQ, but we're actually trying to do something a little bit bigger this year. But
Where
we're gonna
was
see.
it last year?
Last year was in SEFQ. We had J.
Where
Cole,
was
we had
I?
Talib
Yeah, I know,
Kweli,
where
and
was I?
Estelle. But back in like 06, before, because it was a lot more free range before. Like we had it open to the general public. They would get charged more, but we had it at the Pepsi Arena in 06. And
Where's
it was
that?
huge. It's in Albany, but it's not right here. Like you'd have to travel to go there.
Like far downtown.
Yeah, but it was huge. Like when I say huge, I mean it was huge, and we had like Chris Brown, Busta Rhymes, like crazy people
That
in
was
06
awesome.
because they charged more money for the tickets.
Right.
But they were just like, it's safety, so that's why we moved it to SEFQ.
Yeah.
Only SUNY students are allowed. But I think me and Dewey both think that people would pay more money to see people that they really really want to see,
Yeah.
huge artists in a huge arena, not have to worry about getting into SEFQ and you know what the school won't allow. So
Right.
I agree. I think that people, if you're going to spend money on it anyway, you might as well go and see somebody that you're actually going to like. You're not going to care about the trip as long as you get the experience that you're expecting.
yeah, I agree. And I mean $10 for LMFAO, like people, that's why it's selling out so
Yeah.
quick, because they're just like, that's crazy.
$10.
And
they're
Far
like,
East
'cause
movement, too.
if I try to go see them anywhere else, it's going to be like $30,
It's gonna be
$40
so
at
much fun.
least.
Exactly. But we're thinking if we go back to charging $20, $30 for a huge concert with like very, very big people, we
Yeah.
think that most SUNY students would do it.
I
Yeah.
think so too. I think people are willing to pay for something if
But
they
I also-
really like the artist.
I also like the convenience that it's right there.
Yeah.
That's true. And I think that's why I like it better on a Saturday too. Because even on a Thursday, like, yeah, most of the population isn't going to care. They're going to be like, I don't care about a test the next day. But there are always going to be those kids that are just like, I have an Orgo exam tomorrow. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not going. So it eliminates that when you have it on a Saturday.
Yeah, you don't have an excuse to not go.
And especially because it's right there, it's really like you have no excuse not to go.
And it's $10.
Yeah.
It is $10.
Yeah, it's like, even if you don't have that much money right now, like $10 isn't.
You spend more money ordering food from like DPO.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Honestly do.
So you being the associate programming, are you going to be directly dealing with the band?
Yes, yes. I don't know what
That's exciting. Though.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Why
be.
you
I'm gonna
roll your eyes?
I'm gonna be their bitch.
That's awesome.
Yes. No, it's not because I have a problem with authority. Like they're gonna tell me, you know,
Go do this.
go do
and
this,
you're
and I'm
gonna
gonna be like,
no.
fine.
Well,
if
that's
I
your
have
job.
exactly, it's my job. And it's gonna prepare me for the future because I want to do event planning like this with my life. That's why I'm
Yeah.
doing it in SA.
Well, what was one of the biggest struggles so far that you've had to deal with? If you're okay with talking
Yeah,
about it.
definitely. Last minute changes. And this is not just with Fallfest, this was with the speaker series too. Like any huge event, I'm seeing that there's literally no final event plan until the event's over. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, like with
You have to
speaker
be prepared
series.
for anything.
Exactly, like speaker series, like Magic Johnson wound up arriving way later than he was supposed to. And everything got pushed back like 10, 15, 20 minutes, which may not sound like a lot, but it was a lot when we had like media slots and everything was on a
Yeah.
schedule. So it was crazy, but I mean, it's just an adrenaline rush the day of, so I love it.
No, yeah, that is awesome. But
I can see how it'd be really exciting to just think on your feet like that, even if it's stressful. It's, you know, you're never bored. You're never sitting there being like, oh, I want this to be over.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're running around the whole. You don't have time to be bored
Yeah.
or be upset or be angry that it's running late. Like you just have to roll with the punches. But it's awesome.
it's so exciting.
So what else does programming deal with? So you program, you get them here, and then what? Like what else goes into
Everything,
it?
the whole production. So everything from, you know, well, obviously booking them or having an idea of who you want to book. So everything from back then to the setting up their dressing room and having the media outlets, student media, outside media, the setup, the breakdown, you know, every Chartwell's providing food, like anything you could think of that goes into it is programming. And then we share our department with marketing.
I'm an intern there.
Yes, you are. Because obviously there's two sides to every coin. So like, you know, with marketing, what would be the point of having a huge program if no one knows that it's going on?
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, we're constantly like with the marketing department, like, okay, well, we just got info on this. Like, they're not going to be here till this time. Okay, so maybe we should push back the door opening time, and like, so it's and now we have to put that on the flyer. You know, so it's like constantly going back and forth between those two departments.
So how do we go? You said student media. How do we go about getting in that?
Okay.
Chit chat, getting in there.
Chat and LMFAO. No, sorry. that's done.
Way to keep it real.
Yeah, always. I'm brutally honest. That's why Dewey picked me as his associate. But student media has already been picked for a while now. That's something that I was personally in charge of, and I'm really big on things being done like months in advance. So the minute I got word of who would be allotted to interview them, I sent out the email, got those people booked, and that was that. So we're having ATV do an interview. We're having the ASP, WCDB, and then we're having University Photo Services take pictures.
Okay. Are you doing it for UAF?
UAF did it last year. They're doing it again this year, and also we're having a special guest, Lisa Belli, director of the channel.
A special guest what?
Interviewer on UAF. Yeah, because she really wanted to do it her senior year, you know, and we were just like, yeah, definitely. So UAlbany in Focus does the huge events like that, and then Lisa, you know, we gave her that opportunity, like last year. I'm drawing a blank. Who was the director last year?
Ivy.
Ivy. Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me. Ivy. She wanted to have the pass to go to J. Cole on stage or whatever, and we gave her that because it was her last year too.
Right.
So
that's exciting that you guys are, you know, letting other people come in and help out with.
we don't want to be
So
selfish.
you basically just have to, like, for them coming, you're just like prepping the dressing room.
Well, yeah, it sounds like
more.
just prepping a dressing room, but like
crazy.
But you have to make sure that they're like satisfied.
I remember, I don't know, was Chris the one who had like your
Chris.
job last year, Chris Sally?
For Third Eye Blind,
And
he
he was
said they
telling
were
us that
bitches.
they were like having him run around like
Divas.
they had like a specific list
He
of
showed
types
us
of
the
food
list,
and like
yeah.
brands
so
and stuff.
that list is called a rider. And usually every artist has one. LMFAO has one. I can't say what's on it, but they do have a rider. And it's
Oh,
pretty
so
much-
you already have it.
Yeah. And but it can get changed. Like literally the day of, they could just be like, I changed my mind. I want Dasani instead of Fiji
Right.
water. And then we have to run and change that.
And it
So you have
is
to
so
wait till the
stupid
last
like
minute,
that too.
Yeah, but that's why we have interns, and the interns
Interns.
yes, interns literally make everything go so much more smoothly because Dewey and I are going to be there like directing them, but we can't be in 100 places at once.
Right.
So we literally have like 30, 40 interns that are just going to be
you?
running
That's
around that day.
insane.
And 2 of them are runners, and runners are specifically the ones that are just like, change a plan, we need Fiji water, not Dasani water, or whatever, and they have to run
gotta
out
run
at that
in.
moment and get it. Because if Dewan and I are trying to do everything, that obviously doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of stressful.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible.
Are you allowed to give us any like inside, knowledge on what they're asking for, or is that?
No, I can't do
That's top
that.
secret.
I can't do that. But I can say that them and Far East Movement have their own things, so it's like double the work. Yay! I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, because last year it was like Merck, which was like a kind of a school band, right?
Yeah,
And
Merck is a local band.
Yeah.
They did have a rider, kind of, but it wasn't anything crazy. And I don't know what was on Third Eye Blind's rider, because
Antioxidant, like
yeah, it was like
8%
antioxidant, like
chocolate.
70% dark chocolate, cocoa.
I wouldn't
so
be surprised.
weird.
They were divas. I would not be surprised.
You dealt with them?
Yeah, because we did the interviews with
Right.
UAF. It was it was bad. Like
How'd that go?
everything ran on their schedule, so it was just. I mean,
Well, that's
Obviously.
what you got to do for the media.
Were you
to
supposed to do it at a
accommodate
different time, and they just like
it was
changed
just like
or-
if they wanted to stay on stage 5 more minutes to do a little bit more of a sound check, like they did, or if they didn't want to, if they were like, no, I'm done with my sound check, and it's like, wait, you're allotted 15 more minutes. No, I'm done with my sound check. I'm leaving. And it's just
Were
like
they like that? Like you saw that?
that's how a lot of the artists are. But I
Let's
can say
hope
Magic
LMFAO is
wasn't like
not.
that at all. Yeah, I hope LMFAO is
Yeah.
not. But Magic was literally
Really cool.
the least diva-ish I could ever imagine, which is crazy because he's so famous.
Yeah.
But he didn't
Yeah.
he didn't have any requests or anything. He was just like, no, I'm just ready when you guys are.
Oh, that's,
Oh, what a
Well-
sweetheart.
that's good. I mean, especially because he showed up late, right? Like
Yeah, it wasn't his fault.
good
It
that
was
he
the
didn't
plane.
have, like,
The plane got delayed. But that's what I'm saying. It wasn't his fault. We just had to
Yeah.
deal with it the day of.
So who, like, are you guys in contact with LMFAO? Like, who deals directly with them right now?
Right now, Dewey is straight in contact with their manager, Dewey and Pam. Pam's our liaison in Office of Student Involvement. So they're the ones who are directly in contact with their manager and constantly giving me the updates, passing it down to me. And then for me, I pass it on to our assistant, who then passes on to interns if it needs to go down that far.
that sounds like a crazy process.
Yeah, big, long process.
But it makes sense. It's a nice
Well-
little system.
I'm glad you came and talked to us about LMFAO and Fallfest,
Yeah,
et cetera,
thank you
et cetera.
for being here.
Yeah, of course.
And that's all we have for today. But hope you guys enjoy Fall Fest.
Yeah, $10
Hope to see you
at
at
the SA
Fallfest.
office.
Be there. It's going to be great. I promise.
Vi sitter under fällen och snön omkring oss syr. Och inte förrän till kvällen vi färden hemåt styr. Fjällen fram, hördes dimrig dag. Flingor som virvlar om i matter vintersång. Ute när ljudet
Here on UA Overtime, the most crucial aspect of the show is by far the opening statement. But sometimes, we make some mistakes. That's some big hopes, I see what you... Start over. That's a lot of hopes you're putting into Kansas. I hope they... Damn, what the hell?
Marcus Russell has enough gas to get to the trailer park to buy his new place.
I screwed up.
Oh my God! Yeah, Jamarcus Russell's new trailer is gonna look. It's gonna look weird with. Can we start over? I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
See, this is what happens.
Nah, do it over.
Yeah, no, that's a
This is
do-over.
what happens when you just keep talking about it before it happens.